What's up guys, and welcome back to the Gamebreakers World Cup Diary. The game you see in the background is the Netherlands versus Costa Rica, which will be a match played in the quarterfinals of this World Cup. Yeah, Costa Rica through to the quarterfinals. So, because we're in the quarterfinals, the last 16 is done, and yeah, first shootout, first lot of extra time. You know, it's knockout football, basically. Colombia, they beat Uruguay 2-0, normal time. Brazil won, Chile won, Brazil winning the first shootout of the tournament, 3-2. In my opinion, the tie of the round, even though it wasn't going to be a spectacle, but still. Two underdogs facing each other, one of which would be in the quarterfinals, that being Costa Rica, who beat Greece 5-3 on penalties after the game ended 1-1 in normal time. In a game against the Netherlands versus Mexico, Mexico were winning 1-0 until the 88th minute, and then in the 90th minute, you know, the Netherlands went and won it. Wesley Sneijder in the 88th and Klaas-Jan Huntelaar with a penalty in the 90th to take the Dutch through. Germany facing Algeria, all the goals in that match were in extra time, as was the 2-1 win for Belgium against the United States. France beat Nigeria in normal time, and Angel Di Maria scores in the last minute of extra time to take Argentina through when they beat Switzerland 1-0. So those were your quarter-final matches. You know, plus us with some, you know, pretty decent matches in the quarter-finals. Sorry, those were your last 16 matches. Pretty decent quarter-final matchups now. We've got Argentina, Belgium, France versus Germany. France versus Germany being the all-European tie of the quarterfinals. The Netherlands versus Costa Rica, and Brazil versus Colombia. Brazil-Colombia being the all-South American tie of the quarterfinals of the 2014 FIFA World Cup. So things are getting interesting now, you know, because all the group winners, they're through to the quarterfinals, which sounds obvious, really. You know, if you're winning your group in the World Cup, you should be getting through to the quarterfinals of the tournament. But, you know, past couple of tournaments, the team in second place in the group has gone through. So, you know, anything could happen. It doesn't seem strange because, you know, they are then, you know, the top team in the group is supposedly the strongest team in the group, and, you know, all got through to the quarters. With everybody that's finished second, third and fourth in their groups now all being eliminated. So it's basically the top 8 as finished in the group is essentially going to be the top 8 in this tournament somehow. So yeah, very interesting. But, you know, just going off, you know, stuff that I've seen, I didn't really see much of the last 16, but going off the stuff I've seen, 2 shootouts. I think there was only 2 shootouts in the last World Cup, so we're more than likely going to beat that. There's been more goals than the last World Cup. That's going to continue because there's loads more games. There's the quarterfinals, so there's 4 matches. Then there's the semi-finals, which is 2, and the third, fourth place playoff and the final itself. So there's, you know, about 16 or so more matches, I think. If I've calculated that right. No, 8 more matches, sorry. So, you know, there's going to be goals. There's guaranteed more goals. And, yeah, there's also a record broken by the USA for amount of saves, I believe, in a World Cup match. I believe this one's true. If it's not, then I do apologise. But I know the pundits were talking, saying that Tim Howard made 15 saves. For the USA against Belgium. They still lost, but he made 15 saves, the most for any goalkeeper in a World Cup match. And then talking about goalkeepers, Germany's Manuel Neuer against Algeria. There was a heat map of basically where he was on the pitch, you know, over the course of the 120 minutes, due to the game going to extra time, and the amount of times he was outside of his area acting as a sweeper was unbelievable for a goalkeeper anyway. That's where most of his heat sort of was. That's where most of his touches were, outside of the box. Not with his hands, obviously, with his feet or his head. But you know, that was, yeah, it was strange to see him, you know, charging out of his goal to clear a ball against Algeria of all teams. But yeah, it did leave Germany quite open. But you know, he's a quality keeper, so you know, it's shouldn't really be a problem for him. So, out of the last 8, who do I think will take this tournament? It could be anybody now. Brazil, Germany, you know, or even Belgium. I think Belgium will be a wild card now, I think. Or even even Costa Rica. You know, Costa Rica or Belgium could surprise a few well, any of the other 6 countries really. But the 3 strongest, Brazil, Argentina or Germany, could take it. So it could be anybody's going into the semi-finals, which is where the next World Cup Diary will be. It will be probably after the semi-finals, not the semis, the quarters, sorry, going into the semi-finals. And then, yeah, one after the semis, then probably one after the final itself, when everything's all said and done. So, I'm going to wrap up this episode there. I've been Dave from Gamebreakers. There'll be more World Cup Diary, you know, over the course of the tournament. Obviously, because it's a diary of the events happening in the 2014 FIFA World Cup. So yeah, I've been Dave from Gamebreakers, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.